The asbestos issue is not a thing of the past. It continues to this day.
Asbestos kills nearly 40,000 Americans every year. That's 40,000 mothers, fathers, brothers, and sisters every single year.
Americans die from mesothelioma, lung, ovarian, laryngeal cancers, asbestosis, and other pleural diseases. Yet, imports continue.
When I've gone door to door to visit my constituents, I see them in their oxygen machines laboring to live, and I'm aware of the struggle, and it is real. Preventing asbestos-related disease is one of the main reasons I and others came together to enact reforms to the Toxic Substances Control Act.
Collectively, we worked for years, and finally, on June 22, 2016, President Barack Obama signed the Frank R. Lautenberg Chemical Safety Act into law, removing the barriers and obstacles that the asbestos industry had used to overturn the 1989 EPA ban on asbestos.
The Toxic Substance Control Act was signed by President Ford, and it was a part of this broader environmental effort. But even with the best of intentions, the law didn't quite work the way it should have in practice. The system was so complex, it was so burdensome, that our country hasn't even been able to uphold a ban on asbestos. And with that, I think it's time to sign the Frank R. Lautenberg Chemical Safety for the 21st Century Act into law. Let's do it.
Time and time again, I have heard stories of Americans who live, work, and raise their families who have done everything right, but are suffering the consequences of some ill-fated exposure. Sadly, for far too long, the federal government has failed to address this threat with the seriousness it demands.
I join my colleagues in wanting to see an end to mesothelioma, cancer, and other pulmonary diseases.
Asbestos surrounds us today and can be found in our homes, schools, workplaces, and even on consumer shelves in products like crayons and paint. And now the EPA is cherry-picking the elements for the risk evaluation. They are on track to fail Americans again. They need to review the risk of all asbestos fibers, all asbestos-caused diseases, and all asbestos uses.
It's way past time for us to catch up with the rest of the world and ban asbestos altogether to protect American lives.
It's simply unacceptable that children or anyone continue to be exposed to deadly asbestos. Congress must ban asbestos, and I will continue to work with my friend and colleague, Senator Jeff Merkley, for as long as it takes for our bills to become law.
EPA is killing our future. Join nearly 150,000 people urging the EPA to ban asbestos once and for all, without loopholes or exemptions. Join us today.